Hi, I'm Marc Technical Product Manager for Small Character Technologies. In today's video, we're going to discuss general maintenance for our laser systems, and we will also cover lens replacement for our laser systems. Okay, as far as general maintenance is concerned for our lasers, for the system as a whole, you'll notice you really can't access anything internally on the laser. We don't want you to. So just a general rule of thumb with the laser, so with the power supply, the display module, and the marking head, you just want to keep this clean and clear of any dust or debris. So if you do start to see dust build up on the system naturally, you just want to clean that off, keep the system as clean as possible. As far as lasers are concerned, there's really not a lot of general maintenance, not a lot of preventative maintenance. Most of it does revolve around the main focusing lens, okay? So that's where we're gonna spend most of our time, is how to keep our lens clean and clear so we can mark cleanly. All right, before we get into working on our main focusing lens, we wanna make sure that power is off, okay? So power is off for the system and disconnected, all right? When we're working around the main focusing lens and the marking head, we wanna be safe. We wanna make sure there's absolutely no chance the system could be turned on, okay? So again, make sure power is off and disconnected to the system before we start worrying about cleaning the main focusing lens. Okay, when we're talking about cleaning the main focusing lens, we'll be referring to this cleaning kit quite a bit. Okay, this is our lens cleaning kit for all of our laser systems. The Squid Inc. part number is 2004615. Okay, so there are a lot of different items in here that we can use depending on the situation you're in regarding cleaning that lens. Okay, when we're talking about the main focusing lens on our laser systems, we're typically talking about the lens that's on the bottom of our marking head. Okay, it's going to depend on the orientation ultimately of your head, right? If we have that 90-degree optical kit, for example, the lens is going to be pointing straight out. With this application or this scenario, it's pointing straight down. Pretty easy to locate. I'm going to actually remove it just for this video so it's easier to see how it should look, how it can be cleaned. You do not need to remove your lens for general cleaning, just to make that clear. I'm just taking it out for this video. One thing you'll notice too when we're getting ready to clean our main focusing lens, I am wearing gloves. We don't want to get any oils from our fingers onto the lens by accident. Each cleaning kit does come with a bag of these finger cots, okay? So you can just put these on, a few of your fingers that you might be, working around the lens with. So just keep that in mind. We want to keep the oils from our hands, from our fingers off of that lens. We don't want any smears or smudges, anything like that that could impact the main focusing lens and ultimately our marking result. Okay, so again, we took the lens out of our marking head just so we have a better view of it, right? So it's easier to get a shot of this. Again, you guys do not need to take the lens out of your system if you're cleaning it. When it does come to cleaning our main focusing lens, there's basically three different scenarios we might be dealing with. One is dust or loose debris on the lens, so we'll talk about getting that off. The next is more aggressive debris, debris that might actually be stuck to the lens. And then the third scenario are just streaks or smudges or smears, maybe oil again from your hands or something else that could also be removed. So we'll cover those situations. One thing I'll point out too, there is an instruction manual with this cleaning kit, okay? It will cover those scenarios as well. This is a nice tool, make sure you read it. It will give you more details on how to use the components in this cleaning kit. Okay, starting off, this is a perfectly clean lens, okay? So this is the end result that we're looking for. All right, you'll see there's no dust, loose debris, aggressive debris that's stuck to the lens or any smears on it. It's perfectly clean. So this is what we're aiming for when we're cleaning our main focusing lens. Okay, so again, the first scenario regarding debris might just be loose debris or dust. If you just have loose dust or debris on your lens, there is a compressed air canister inside that cleaning kit. All you need to do is pop the top off of this and we have our air accessible. So if it's just dust or loose debris, again, all we need to do is kind of shoot that off the lens, make sure we blast off as much as possible. So again, the lens is nice and clean or clear, okay? So really straightforward, dust loose debris, we can just use this air to quickly remove that from the lens. Okay, next we have more aggressive debris. Okay, this is debris that's actually sticking to the lens that cannot be removed with that compressed air. All right, there are a lot of different scenarios with aggressive debris, or what it could be, what the element is that's stuck to the lens. You'll want to refer to the user guide in the cleaning kit to help determine ultimately what cleaner you should use relative to what is potentially stuck on the lens. So we have isopropyl alcohol here and acetone. Again, you'll want to identify which one to use based off the guide. One thing I'll point out is make sure you use the fluids that are in the cleaning kit, okay? These are specific to optical kits, all right? You don't want to go to the hardware store and just buy acetone off the shelf. You need to use the fluids that are in this kit, all right? And when you've determined the fluid that you need to use, what we want to do is drop just a small amount of fluid on the aggressive debris, and then we're going to take one of the cotton swabs that are in the kit as well, and we're going to pull that debris to the outer edge of the lens, okay? We don't want to scrub around, we don't want to push the debris around, we want to try to pull it away as cleanly as possible so we don't risk scratching the lens, all right? So again, no pushing debris around, no scrubbing. We want to try to loosen it up with the fluid and pull it away from the center of the lens to the outer edge and try to get it off that way. Okay, the third scenario, again, is a streak or a smudge on our lens. In that scenario, what we want to do to get rid of that streak is we want to take our precision optical lens tissue, okay? So you do have a booklet of those in the cleaning kit as well. And then we can use either the isopropyl alcohol or acetone, put a little dab of this on the tissue, and then we can wipe away that smear or streak with the wetted tissue, okay? It doesn't take much. And again, we don't want to scrub it around. We just want to try to wipe away that streak. One thing I'll point out is acetone does a better job with oil-based smudges or streaks. So again, if you think maybe someone touched the lens, you know, something like that, acetone will likely treat you better in this scenario. But again, you can use either fluid to try to get rid of a smudge or a streak. Again, get this lens tissue a little bit wet, just a drop or two, wipe away the streak, and then inspect your lens. All right, when you're done cleaning, just make sure you inspect your lens, make sure it looks as clean as possible, and we should be good to go or restart marking. All right, so pretty straightforward as far as keeping the lens clean. Just make sure you check on it every once in a while. Your environment might dictate how often you want to take a look at the lens. So if it's a really, really dusty environment, you might want to check this more frequently. But again, pretty straightforward process. Don't hesitate to use that user guide in the cleaning kit to help you determine which direction to go for cleaning your lens. All right, now that we've talked about general maintenance or preventative maintenance for our lenses, we could also get to the situation where we need to completely replace the main focusing lens. Maybe somehow it accidentally got damaged or too dirty, and we just need to take it out and replace it. One thing I'll point out too, when we're removing lenses or replacing lenses with our lasers, you'll see I'm wearing gloves. Again, the cleaning kit that comes with the laser does have finger cots. You should put those on prior to working with the lens. Again, we want to avoid getting any oils or debris from our hand onto the lens, especially the new lens that's going in. Okay, the new lenses will have a lens cover on them. Okay, so when you receive these from us, they will be protected. You need to be aware of that. So the CO2 lens, for example, it's just going to have this plastic cover that comes right off. The fiber laser lens will actually have a threaded cover, so you'll just need to back that off counterclockwise and take it off. Okay, so really straightforward, but make sure you do remove these covers, otherwise naturally you're not going to be able to mark with your system with the lens cover still on. Okay, so we'll start with our CO2 laser. This happens to be a 30 watt. Again, the 10 watt would be the same process. We're going to go ahead and back the main focusing lens out of the marking head. This is going to come out counterclockwise. So the lens is just threaded into the system. So all we have to do is back it out. Now, when you guys take a look at this, you'll see there is a small lip that we can actually get a hold of without touching the main lens. All right, so we're going to grab the outer edge and just thread this out counterclockwise. Make sure you have a good hold of this when you do it. You'll see the thread is fairly long-winded. There we go. So there's our main focusing lens, okay? If you're not sure what lens type you have, there are different types or different models of lenses that we have available. Make sure you give us the serial number of your laser. We can quickly tell you what the lens is that came with the system, okay? Once you have the lens out, the new lens will go in, okay? Just clockwise, opposite of what we just did. Really straightforward, that's all you have to do to replace it. So we'll go ahead and put this one back in just to show you. And this just needs to be hand tight. All right, simple as that. Okay, so now we have a fiber laser. The process is actually very similar as to what we do with our CO2 lasers. The lens is quite a bit different. It's going to look a lot different, but it will still come out again in the same process. So all we're going to do is thread this out counterclockwise. And that's it. Okay, to put in your new fiber laser lens, okay, it's just the opposite of what we did to take it out. We're gonna thread this in clockwise, really straightforward. All right, that wraps up our video on general maintenance for our laser systems and also replacing the main focusing lens. If you'd like to see more videos on our laser systems or any of our other products, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and also don't hesitate to head over to squidinc.com for even more information on our entire product line. Thank you.